Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of your favorite midday NFL news and rumor show on the internet, Roundtable Sports, fourth and forever. As we know, the NFL completely changed with several different rule renditions. We unpacked them ad nauseum yesterday. And now there are a couple of ripple effects that we are going to address this afternoon's show, plus a couple of other top storylines that you may have missed. We are live Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. EST, so we strongly suggest that being subscribed is not enough. Make sure you hit that bell notification for all of you that are watching on YouTube. And if you are listening on Spotify and or Apple Podcasts or anywhere where you listen to podcasts, if you are enjoying what we're putting out there, please do us a favor and leave a rating and review. Richie, how's life, man? You were just telling me about your pending vacation next week. 7+ days in Central America. I am envious, man. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, man.
You going on vacay?
I've been telling you guys about this vacation for like a year now. Costa Rica. It's finally here, baby. I'm going. I'm not afraid to leave the country like TD. And I'm going to have a great opportunity down there in a great country. Beautiful. My second time going. Yeah, I'll be there next week. So you guys got me for another 5 days on this show, and then Colby will be holding it down. So I'm excited for that. It's getting a nice family vacation. It's going to be nice. A week before the draft, so it's going to be an interesting time to kind of be on vacation. But I'm going to try to make some content while I'm over there in the rainforest, hang out with some monkeys, some sloths, and bring them on the live show. So you'll see some content, I'm sure.
So one thing I did, bro, last summer, and I'm thinking about picking it back up, was that I would discuss an NFL topic, but it would be while I was going about my everyday life. I think it'd be pretty sick for a Jets video to drop where you're just scrolling the Amazon, you know what I mean? Just doing your vacation life, but you're talking about Justin Fields or something like that.
I think I may
That's
have
an
to do
idea.
that.
Some free advice, some free consulting advice, man.
I'll be doing a nature walk live from my phone in a volcano.
Jets.
On a volcano.
You got to go fishing, Richie.
Yeah, I'm staying in the volcano.
Oh,
Next to the volcano. Not in a volcano, but I'm staying in the
I was going to say, wow.
La Fortuna, which is a town inland. So I'm not near the water, inland, which is next to a volcano, which is awesome. And then at the second half of the trip, we're driving down to the coast and going to be on the beach.
Damn, man.
So this is Central America you're going to, right?
Yep.
Central America,
Costa
man.
Rica.
On the border of Panama, right?
That's a different
Panama
country.
is the next country south, right?
Yeah, man. Costa Rica is a very interesting culture, and really the food there. Oh my God, this is so fresh. The fish, it's just, you never had something like it in your life, man. It's just, I can't wait. I'm excited, man. I miss it.
That's what I'm talking about.
I did my teacher training there, so it'll be a nice return.
Listen, I love to hear that. TD, how you doing, man?
I'm doing okay, Dan. This is another beautiful day. Listen, you be safe, Richie. That's the most important thing. I thought you was going to South America. I'm gonna have you out there catching some peacock bass, man. I don't know if you know what that is, Richie, but yeah, it's great fishing. But yeah, man. Hey, fourth and forever. We're back. We're here. It's time to get into it. A lot going on in the NFL. Let's get it.
Yeah, for sure, guys. Right before we dive into some of the topics, we're doing a giveaway on today's episode, which is exciting.
Let me go grab it.
Very, very exciting, folks. We are going to be giving away a fourth and forever coffee mug. You have been seeing several of us sip our coffees on it each and every single day of the show, completely for free. How you enter, ladies and gentlemen, is quite simply you need to gift memberships, all right? Richie can go on ahead and explain it because we did it on the AFC East Roundtable last Wednesday evening. We're going to be doing the exact same thing this evening for a different prize. But Richie, please explain to the folks how they could enter to potentially win themselves a fourth and forever coffee mug. I'm obsessed with mine. I'm not going to lie. Go ahead.
Yeah, guys, the way you enter for a chance is simple. You just gift a member. And if you don't know how to gift a member, you can simply click that little button where the super chats are. But instead of sending a super chat, you click membership gifting. Every single membership that you gift is one raffle ticket. Will enter a chance to win a free coffee mug. And we appreciate it. It's a great way. We want to get more members on this channel, and a great way to do that is by gifting it to your peers in the live chat, and you will get a raffle ticket. And then at the end of the show, we will do it live, and you will see a whole wheel, and we will pick the winner, and then we will send you a coffee mug on behalf of Roundtable Sports. And we want the Fourth and Forever branding out there into the people. All right. So if you guys want to enter a chance to win a Fourth and Forever mug, all you got to do is gift a membership, and you will get a raffle ticket for the giveaway that we will announce at the end of the show, folks. So we appreciate you guys. Any questions about it, you guys let us know in the chat.
And each gifted membership, ladies and gentlemen, each gifted membership is an entry. So go on ahead and knock it out if interested. TD, how you doing, man? Talk to us.
For the second time, Dan Mitchell, I'm doing great today. It's an amazing day.
Man. So I'm testing you, man. I'm testing you. I'm trying to see. I'm just kidding. I just got so excited about that damn coffee mug. But anyway, let's dive into the first topic of the day. One of the most trending discussions this offseason was Trey Hendrickson and the Cincinnati Bengals, right? Like, we have seen a roller coaster of him wanting to sit out. Cincinnati is still apparently really interested in bringing him back. However, somebody from their front office was interviewed yesterday during the NFL annual meeting, and I'm not sure if you guys read the quote by itself, but it sort of rubbed me the wrong way, and I could only imagine that it would rub Trey Hendrickson the wrong way. It was, quote unquote, I think he should be happy at certain rates that maybe he doesn't think he'd be happy at. Basically saying that take the money we give you, fool, and you're going to like it, and you're going to be a Cincinnati Bengal. Thoughts on this? Is Cincinnati, was this the way to say this by the EVP? Richie, talk to me on this. Does this add anything additional to everything? Talk to me.
Big shout out to JT real quick, because he is now the first person entered for the chance to win a Fourth and Forever mug. We appreciate you, JT. Congrats to Craig Bryant.
JT.
Craig Bryant is the one who gets the membership from JT, and now JT is the one and only person. So if nobody else sends in a membership, JT will win this. So if you guys want to enter your chance, go ahead and gift a membership, and then at the end, we will do a little raffle. Spin the wheel to see who wins. And right now, if we spun the wheel, JT would win. He's the only one.
He would win, man. The odds are in his favor unless somebody wants to hop in on this conversation. But
I mean, look, I'll even show you real quick what the wheel looks like. I'm not messing around. This is the wheel, folks. The Fourth and Forever wheel. JT.
Oh, that's sick.
The Fourth and Forever wheel, man. JT is the only one on the list right now. So let's see who will be added by the end of the show. The Trey Hendrickson update is interesting. I think that I don't know if they're going to be able to get the job done. You never know. Them getting T. Higgins and Jamar Chase was historic. The quote is what? I think he should be happy at certain rates that maybe he doesn't think he'd be happy at. So that's maybe assuming what? The assumption is they want him to take a lesser contract and be happy. I mean, at this stage of his career, I feel like he does not want to do that. He wants to get paid. So I don't know about that one.
TD, thoughts on this?
Yeah, this is wild for somebody in the executive office to come out and say that. This is stuff that you do not talk about. You're supposed to, keep that close to the vest. This is definitely a loose lip moment that will be talked about within the organization. And don't look for them to be making this mistake again, but you don't do that. This is crazy to even say. You gotta, public perception is everything, and you gotta at least, even if you do feel this way, you gotta allow the player to feel some type of power, even if they lose in negotiations, not to perceive as if they did in the public. And this right here is just taking a hard line. So you could have made this situation worse. You could have possibly made it worse. So Hendrickson, the ball is in his courts. And you're talking about a great player. You don't mess that up. You should be begging for his services at a cheap price, but not being, a little bit cocky about it, saying, deal with this. So I don't know. I think this was a bad mistake, bad PR right here.
She's got to work on her bedside manner. That is for sure. That is for sure. But it's tough to speculate at this point because I think we just keep asking ourselves, will he be a Cincinnati Bengal in 2025? And that's not even the right question, because if he is on the Cincinnati Bengals roster, he's going to be riding the pine. I think that he has made enough money where he can have a bit of a financial nest egg. And I think that he still would draw some interest in the following offseason when he indeed is a pending free agent. But does this change anything in y'all's minds? I think the last time that we discussed this, I think both of you were kind of on the same page that you think he will indeed be on the Bengals. Has this changed? Do you think that they will ultimately end up trading him sometime in the near future? TD.
This is a tough one because last year you were known for having one of the worst defenses in the NFL, almost laughable, and to basically trade a dominant force like this. But the only way you get away with selling the trade is if you're, preaching addition through subtraction. The amount of money he's going to cost, we can get 3 solid pieces on the defensive side of the football for that price. So that's the only way you get by with this. So they're in an interesting situation where it could go either way. It's going to be interesting to see which way they actually end up going.
Richie, what do you think, man? What do you think, man?
I don't know. I think that they're going to figure out a way to get the job done. They showed that they're able to do it. So I feel like they're committed and they're going to get the job done eventually. It's a matter of when, not if. That's how I look at it. Tony. Uh-oh. Poor Bob, man. The Bob toll, bro.
Man,
man.
The fans will visit you one day, man. This abuse of Bob.
Another thing that you can get, by the way, from being a member is a free super chat highlighted sticker. And somebody asked, how do you gift a member? So the way you gift a member, if you guys want, I think you cannot be on the phone, right? You can't be on your phone to do this. So here is our live show. This is what you guys are looking at. So you go to the chat on your computer, you click this button right here, and you see membership gifting right there. And then you click how many memberships you want to gift. So that's how you do it. You go to the live chat from your computer or a browser on your we're in Inception now.
Inception.
Or you go, open up a browser on Safari. Just don't do it on the YouTube app. And you click show your support, membership gifting. And that's how you gift a member, for those wondering.
It's exactly how you do it, folks. Lock in if you are interested. And then
Jets Media member for 4 months. Let's go, Jets.
Wow.
Shout out to Jets Media for being a member for 4 months, man.
Oh, wow. Wow. Anyway, guys.
Block that guy, man.
That's exactly what I am talking about. But anyway, have to move on a tad. DK Metcalf, all right? New Pittsburgh Steeler. And so I'm sure we all saw the video of him and Aaron Rodgers just playing a little ball down in Cal the other day. All right?
So it's official.
It sounds like that DK requested a trade from the Seattle Seahawks multiple times in recent off seasons. This offseason was not the first time. It sounds like that he wanted out the second that Russell Wilson was no longer on the team. What does that tell you about DK Metcalf, right? Is he potentially a sneaky locker room problem guy? Is this where we're coming from this, since he was so dead set on getting out of Seattle and he finally got his wish? TD, thoughts on DK Metcalf wanting out of Seattle way earlier than when he finally was shipped off?
I mean, it sounds like he's a smart guy. Anybody with common sense knew they were headed nowhere with Russell Wilson making all that money. I mean, and this was pretty obvious. The writing was on the wall. I was preaching this for years, and they're, you can't just get rid of your franchise quarterback. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. He's not going to bring you any more wins. It's a waste. So DK wanted out. Well, what I would say is good for him for being the type of person that maneuvers, under the table and low key. That's not a locker room problem. That's a guy who said, hey, I'm not going to be a diva and put y'all on blast and be all out here in the news requesting a trade. I'm just going to come to y'all and say, man, I want out of here. That's what you want on your team. So, no, he's not a locker room problem. He just wants to win. He wants to be in a good position. So, kudos to DK.
Kudos to DK. Richie, thoughts?
Yeah, listen, man. I mean, I don't think you being unhappy at a certain organization makes you a diva. So I think, I agree with what TD said. He wanted out of Seattle and he demanded to be traded to a winning organization. And Seattle's won in the past with him, but not enough. And maybe he just felt like it was time for a change. He's been drafted there, developed there. He wanted a new opportunity and he wanted to get moved years ago. And I feel like that's not shocking to hear. We heard a lot of speculation about DK getting traded a minute ago, and maybe he just wanted a new opportunity, and maybe he also knew deep down that Seattle was never going to give him a long-term contract that the Steelers did give him. And the Steelers are not really known to pay receivers. They usually draft very well at that position in the mid-rounds, and now you look at what DK Metcalf is. He's the number one receiver next to George Pickens. You can argue that's a very good 1-2 punch through the air for potential Aaron Rodgers if he signs there, which I think he will. So I don't think this is a diva attitude. It's just he wanted out and he got his wish, and now he better ball out for Pittsburgh and stay healthy because if he doesn't, then that trade is going to be looked at as a steal for Seattle.
Now, what are you guys making of that little throwing session with DK and Aaron Rodgers? On top of that, owner of Pittsburgh Steelers, Art Rooney, almost all but confirmed that he is very confident that Aaron Rodgers is going to be signing very, very soon. Richie, what did you make of that throwing session? Is that giving us a glimpse into the future of the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Could it?
I mean,
could it? There it is.
Oh.
Wow. Aaron Rodgers out there slinging the rock with DK Metcalf. Yeah, I mean, right when I saw this, I was like, all right, bro, he's a Steeler. I mean, they're just working out the contract details. And what's the rush? If you think about it, there is no rush. This is the time of the offseason where if he signs today or 2 weeks from now, what's the difference? There is no difference. They're in draft mode. So I really don't. Book your Monday night week 1 football tickets for Jets Steelers because you know for sure that's what the NFL is going to put on Monday Night Football for week 1. Aaron Rodgers playing at MetLife Stadium, Jets Steelers. You know it, TD. Come on.
So that or just an opening to what that AFC North division would be. Like, think of the AFC North. I mean, minus the Cleveland Browns, obviously. But, like, you would have an Aaron Rodgers and a Mike Tomlin who leads his team to 9-8, regardless of who's at the quarterback position. So you can automatically assume that team is going to improve quite a bit with him as the quarterback. Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens, which, by the way, another topic we should have brought up yesterday. Don't worry, we will bring it up after this immediately. And then a Joe Burrow, a T. Higgins, a Jamar Chase-led offense. I think it might actually be an AFC North matchup at the beginning. But I'm not sure about you, TD, but I'm high on the Steelers this year.
Well, there's the speculations of a Chargers Chiefs first game, but but that came out today, but we'll see. The Steelers.
I'm high on the Steelers.
Okay, this is the one team
until they beat you in the playoffs, and then you're going to be anti-Steelers.
Then I'll hate them.
Steelers, yeah.
But until then,
this is the one team. This is the one team. Go ahead and punch 9 in. Automatically, season ain't even start yet. Punch 9 wins in, guaranteed. And whatever they do above that is what you pay attention to. So it looks like it's all but done. This Aaron Rodgers Steelers thing. They just better hope that Minnesota doesn't come in at the last minute and pull that plug. Because I've been listening to the McCarthy and Kwesi interviews in Minnesota. They're trying to do everything to give JJ the nod without saying that Aaron Rodgers is a no. You know, we had to explore that. You know, it's not a knock on JJ, but we have to do our due diligence. And, all the signs are leading to, what's the problem? What, did Aaron Rodgers need to come out here and say, let me see if DK still have it before I decide? Like, come on. Go ahead and sign the deal and be named a Steeler. What are you waiting for, Aaron? The darkness, you've already went through a process and all of this stuff. So that's why this is still head scratching. Everybody's, it's all but done. Just waiting on Aaron to sign. What's the holdup? What's the holdup? Anybody have any light on that? Have you heard, Dan or Richie?
That there's no rush. What's the rush?
It's
what? There's no rush. What does that mean?
So there's speculation, right? Like we all like to say, oh, he's being a drama queen, like. But Richie said something that I think is pretty interesting. It's probably just haggling over the specifics of the contract. That's likely what it is. I'm sure he probably would have preferred to be in Minnesota. I don't think that that's a completely wild take, but I think he's probably just haggling over some of the specifics, some of the guarantees, because look at where he is right now. He's 41, right? He's 41 years old. This is probably going to be the last time he ever gets any sort of NFL money from a player perspective. We'll see if he decides to go into the media. I doubt it. He hates the media. So I think he's probably just trying to finesse as much money as humanly possible. I think that's truly what's holding back everything.
Yeah. So that's what it is. It's pretty simple. It's not shocking to me. I don't know. It's going to get done. Like, why does it have to happen today opposed to 2 weeks from now? What's the difference?
Yeah,
I feel like the money's already sorted out for the Jets owner. I mean, not the Jets, the Steelers owner and stuff. Yeah, I feel good about it. I think we're in a good place. I think that we'll be able. I think the money's already situated, man. This, Aaron Rodgers, there's something more to this, man. I'm telling you, there's something more.
There's an Aaron Rodgers.
He might not be a Steeler. I don't know.
So
I don't know.
You wish he was Miami, bro.
So there is an Aaron Rodgers conspiracy theory brewing, folks. I do want to remind everybody we are giving away a free 4th and Forever coffee mug to a lucky winner. All right. So far, we have JT has entered the competition this evening. Well, let me tell you what, if you want to make sure that JT is not the unanimous winner, if you want to enter, all you need to do is gift memberships to anybody in the live chat. And Richie did show you how to do it a bit earlier. Each and every single gifted membership will be an entry. Very, very excited to give that away toward the end of the episode, folks. Say that you want to take home a little bit of 4th and Forever merchandise for your coffee collection. And folks, I swear to you that this is not an AFC North episode, but this was a topic yesterday that I was eager to discuss. And we just didn't have an opportunity of getting to it. It's pretty clear that a lot of the QBs in line to get a contract, Brock Purdy is number one. But Lamar Jackson is a sneaky one for me, folks, because Harbaugh was interviewed at the NFL annual meeting yesterday, and he was suggesting that Lamar Jackson does indeed need a contract extension because his cap hit in 2026 is $76 million, right? There's a technical out on said contract where things get a little easier. They're not walking away from Lamar Jackson, but that cap hit is absolutely insane. They could restructure, but I believe when it comes into it, I think that Lamar Jackson is next. Do you think that Lamar Jackson could be in line for a contract extension, not next offseason, this offseason, so that they can get ahead of it? And Harbaugh also mentioned that he would be the highest paid quarterback in NFL history, which is not even something to brag about like anymore, because it's all about who is next to be paid at the quarterback position, who becomes the highest paid quarterback in NFL history. But for cap situations, would you think that Lamar ends up getting his contract extension prior to training camp this year, or will they wait until the following offseason to get this done? Richie, talk to me on this.
Yeah, I think if you look at the structure of his deal, the cap hit is ridiculous next year, right? It's like $70 million. So I think it's all part of the plan. You want your quarterback to get that extension to, in hindsight, it'll actually free up more money down the line. So I think, the extension that he signed in 2023, 2 years ago, was massive for him and the Baltimore Ravens. But now there's a lot of speculation that he could get another payday. And let's not forget that he was once the highest paid player in the NFL already. This was back in 2023. Lamar Jackson signed a $260 million 5-year contract. $185 million of that was guaranteed. And that was, at the time, the highest paid contract in the NFL. So I think that he wants to do that all over again, right? And I don't see why not. 2-time MVP, coming off arguably one of the best seasons of his career last year. And he's young. He's the franchise guy. Get ahead of it now if you're Baltimore. I would agree with that.
So what do you think about that, TD? Will the contract extension get done this offseason?
It could. It'll be in their best interest to do it now, because the price isn't going to do anything but keep going up. But I think they may wait till next offseason. That's when it makes a whole lot more sense. But it could get done this offseason if they want to get ahead of it and go ahead and lock him down long term at the current rate. And what they could do is make it one of those. It might be one of those fully guaranteed contracts. You know, one of the Deshaun Watson deals, but this time where it's definitely well more worth it. Yeah, I think so. And I think that it'll be over 60 million AAV. And at the end of the day, the Baltimore Ravens, they know that they have their guy. He's one of the guys in the NFL. There's no question. Like what iota of questioning do you have? Yeah, he still has some things that he needs to prove in the biggest moments. Like stop turning the football over in those moments. But they know that they have a guy that they want to keep for the next 15 years. And with that being said, they need to lock him down every chance they get to save on the back end for those bloated contracts. So 60 million AAV right now, 61 million AAV right now is better than a 70 2 years from now.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny too, because you know why? Like, I feel like all of these QB contracts, like, especially with Josh Allen, because like he got his in 2021 and he ultimately just ended up getting another contract extension. They're talking about now the exact same thing with Lamar Jackson. But how about the best quarterback in the NFL? How about the best quarterback in the NFL and Patrick Mahomes? He signed a 10-year deal back in 2020, right?
Uh-huh.
And his cap hit is also at $74 million in 2026. I have his contract pulled up right now. And this is the final year where Patrick Mahomes' base salary is at 1.3. I can imagine this had to do with the restructure. But next year, his base salary in 2026 and 2027 are going to be 45 million large. They've restructured him several times. Is Patrick Mahomes a sneaky candidate as well for getting a further extension to free up a little bit more? Because where it stands, who's arguably the best quarterback in all of the NFL, like he is far down on the list when it comes into average annual value, only at $45 million. $450 million valued contract. I think it was like 181 that was fully guaranteed. One would assume that he's probably next, right? One would assume that he is probably next, and nobody's talking about it. Richie, is something a new deal for Patrick Mahomes, adding 2 or 3 years extra on top of his current deal? Is that possible, or is Kansas City just going to continue to restructure this guy for the remainder of his deal?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why they have to do it. I think a 10-year deal was the reason to not worry about an extension. And I feel like they got ahead of something that these other teams are not doing. I mean, no offense, but like Josh Allen resetting the market. Now Lamar Jackson trying to reset the market. Mahomes at the time, the contract looked crazy, but at the end of the day, you break it down year by year, it's not that crazy. And you can argue it's a pay cut. And I think Mahomes understands himself that, you know, he's taking the Tom Brady approach. Tom Brady never asked for the most money because he wanted to put the team first. He wanted to build talent around him. And when he signed the deal, it was the richest deal in sports history. But they knew for the long term, this was a positive for that team. This contract is going to age like fine wine. And now they just get to keep restructuring it and pushing the cap hits further and further and bringing the signing bonuses up to the surface. So I think this is a great contract. I don't think Mahomes and the Chiefs are interested in extending him and upping his pay because they understand that they have something that other teams have. Joe Burrow didn't want to do this. Lamar didn't want to do this. Allen didn't want to do this, but Mahomes did. And I think that's what separates him and the Chiefs dynasty run. Well, I guess the dynasty run came to an end after the Super Bowl loss, of course. But yeah, I think that's where it is. I don't think they're in a rush to redo a deal.
What do you think, TD? $45 million base salary, $47 million next year for a cap hit. Is a extension looming?
Not at all. Just restructures as they continue to do. Like this year, they can't do anything. He already had a base 1.2 million. So any move you make wouldn't do anything but make the cap higher this year for his cap hit. So that's not happening. And next year, when you look at it, that 45 million, I know he's a $78 million cap hit, but once again, they'll just restructure. All they're going to do is take that 45 million, bring it down to about 1.5 million, and they're going to save 43 million. And when you divide that over the rest of the term, about 4 year, probably 4 years of the contract. Let me see, roster restructure. Yeah, they'll be able to save 30 million on that 74 million next year. So next year he'll really only be about a $40 million cap hit next year once they restructure the deal. And that's fair at this point. That's fair. I mean, the last 2 years he's been operating at 37 and 37. So going to about 40 next year when they do the restructure is going to be fine. And then 2027 is the issue because he's going to be like a $82 million cap hit. But once again, they could reduce that as well by about 42 million and bring it down to low 40s. So the way his contract is set up, they're going to be all right with it for the life of it. Yeah, they'll be fine for the life of it. It's really 2028 where you start talking about a contract extension. That's where they'll start, shifting the money and kind of ripping up what they got and redoing it for a new reset and cutting him a big fat check then again. So I think it's working out perfect for Mahomes. Mahomes might end up being the guy who makes like over $800 million in an NFL contract.
NFL contract.
450 on the first deal, and he'll probably see about 350 million of the next deal around 2028. When they probably redo the deal.
When they redo the deal, man, he's trying to win. He's trying to build a team around him so that the Chiefs can truly be a dynasty. Very interesting.
I can't wait for Justin Fields to get his contract.
$500 million guaranteed contract.
By the way, let's keep this in mind. Patrick Mahomes in 2032 and 2033, he is a $60 million cap hit for both of those years in voidable years. So everything they do, they want to hold out. They don't want to continue to balloon that void number. But they're winning, so they know that they're going to pay the price in the future at some point. When they
There's
go
another
get a
quarterback that's due for an extension.
Is it Brock Purdy?
Well, we know that.
Brock Purdy, but there is another one.
Who's that?
If you look at the deal, let me pull it up.
Is it Shaker Mayfield?
I mean, Tua.
Tua talking about Tua. Stop, Richie. You're just trolling. Richie, you're a hater, man.
Cap hit of 39 mil this year, $56 million cap hit next year.
Oh.
And then that's when you can potentially get out of it after that season.
Oh. Who is it?
Tua.
No, I think that they just need to bite the bullet at this point, man.
Richie doing
I feel like they just need to bite the bullet and get out of that as soon as humanly possible and pave way for the new head coach in 2026.
Like, what is Tua up to? We're not going to go into it, but like, man, I feel bad for you guys. Brock Purdy, though, not far apart with the Niners. That's wild.
If I think we can sit down. I don't know what the. I think we can sit down and get something done whenever he is ready. We are ready. That is coming from a direct quote from the front office. And you know what? I feel like I'm beating a dead horse on this. And I also believe that TD is on the exact same page as myself. I don't think that he should reset the market, but I think that he will.
So hold on. They're saying whenever he's ready, we're ready. Is this Purdy that might be betting on himself?
Absolutely.
Is this Purdy saying, I don't want to talk contract? I just want to play?
Brock Purdy. It's Brock Purdy being stingy in this situation. I promise you that his agents.
Well, that's can also tell you that the Niners are offering him something that probably isn't crazy, like resetting market-wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they said
the 49ers are probably offering him something that we're all on the same page with. Yeah, that makes sense. And Purdy's like, nah.
But they're saying we can sit down and get something done.
Yeah, because they probably want to give him a Sam Darnold type of deal. Don't you think that's what the Niners are trying to do? A very team-friendly deal? A 3-year extension deal, all guaranteed up front. Like, you look at Sam's deal with Seattle. That deal is probably exactly what San Francisco is trying to pull off.
If they're trying to do that, though, is Purdy a candidate to sit out?
No, he would still play. He would still.
You
play.
think?
Yeah, he would.
I think Miami should go get him if he decides to hold out.
It's kind of funny because I think that that's ultimately what would happen. Like, he probably would end up being a Miami Dolphin or on some.
He looks like a Miami Dolphin.
It's. All right, here's the deal. Maybe I'm actually going to defend Brock Purdy here.
Oh, wow.
Like, maybe I'm about to defend him here. I don't believe that he will be a good quarterback without a full arsenal of weapons. I do not. I don't think that is going to be the case. The data has already suggested that he is not a good quarterback when not all of his weapons are at a full health capacity.
Yes, it is.
And I think that he knows that. So I think, in fact, this is probably what I would do. If, for example, that Brock Purdy does not get his deal this offseason, I would sit out. Because say that they make him play on his rookie deal, and what I believe comes to fruition, that he just looks like a below mid quarterback, he could kiss goodbye any sort of mega contract that would ever come across his desk. His best interest is to milk the 49ers for whatever cash they possibly can, attempt to get up in the top 3, top 4 highest paid QBs locked down before the rest of the NFL world understands that you robbed the city of San Francisco blind. That's precisely where I am at this point. So get your money now. If you don't, and San Francisco wants you to play on your final year of your rookie deal, sit out, because I promise you a dumb team will pay you what you are looking for next offseason.
Mm-hmm.
That's my advice to Brock Purdy. TD. Would you like to expand on this? Would you like to expand on this?
Purdy got to sit out, man. It is because here's the deal. I'm an advocate. He doesn't deserve the money. I ain't trying to count the man pockets, but he don't. If I was a 49ers fan, I would not pay him because I don't think it's in the best interest of the organization's future. But if I'm Purdy, you got to sit out because you've done enough and you've seen cats in the league do less. Get the bag. Tua.
For example. Yeah.
Let's call it what it is.
For sure.
You seen cats somewhat do less, have less success, and get the bag. So
show me the money.
Yeah. Go get your money, Purdy. Go, because don't let this season ruin your money.
Yeah.
Don't let this season ruin your money. You play those games, play stupid games, get stupid prizes. This is your moment right here, right now. Pay me now this amount or trade me. Point Peter blank. I ain't got nothing else to say to y'all.
Does he really have a floor to stand on, bro? They didn't make the playoffs last year.
Did Tua have a floor to stand on?
Well, the Miami Dolphins are.
No, he didn't.
We're gonna.
But that's the point, though, Richie. Somebody will do it. So if y'all want to play hardball, trade me. And whoever trades for me will do it. The Giants might come get me. There's teams out here that will come get Brock Purdy. So Yeah, this is like you gotta use the leverage when you have it, even if it's only a little. You gotta use it.
Like, I'm still wondering, why did Miami pay Tua?
Yeah, and I get all of that, Richie. You ain't the only one wondering that, but guess what? In Brock Purdy's situation, you better take advantage of this moment right now because it could be ruined like that. Go get your money. Do not squander this opportunity to get paid. This is a lot of money on the table, and somebody would want you. So I'm playing hardball. Matter of fact, I got Jed York coming out every week saying whenever he's ready, we're ready. I got him every week saying, matter of fact, I'm going out in public saying, I've been ready. They know how much they already know what the terms are. Whenever they're ready to give those terms, I'm ready to sign on them. Otherwise, I'm open to being traded. Trade me. Purdy better not
Richie,
take that chance. You just lost Debo.
Richie, what is your advice to Brock Purdy?
I mean, this is his time to get paid. You're entering your contract year, and you've proven to be able to succeed. But last year, you didn't succeed. Obviously, it's telling me that he does not want the deal that San Francisco's offering, and he feels like what if he does bet on himself and goes out there and balls? Then he's a free agent. Then they're going to be the franchise tag. Then that whole thing. Listen, man, go out there and ball and prove yourself. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But, of course, there's the injury risk. There's a risk of you not playing super well. And the supporting cast around you is kind of getting worse. You traded away Debo. Ayuk's coming off an ACL. McCaffrey, Kittle, another year older. So that there is some interesting things there. But, like, dude, if you're San Francisco, I mean, I wouldn't even entertain extending this man. I'm sorry, bro. Like, look at the picture of him. I look like Brock Purdy, bro. Like, he should not be a franchise. No disrespect to the man. It was a fun story, Mr. Irrelevant, but that is not no franchise quarterback. Unless they want to be the Miami Dolphins and see where they're at right now. They do not want to do that, bro.
He sort of looks like the kid that sold me my truck a couple of months ago at the dealership. I mean, tell me it doesn't, bro. Like, just imagine him with like a GMC polo on.
Yeah, dude. I feel like if I shaved my face, that's what I look like.
Yeah.
This is part of the problem in the NFL today. They're taking these average quarterbacks and loading up talent around them to help carry them. And as long as they have the average competence, people are trying to compare them like they're really good quarterbacks. Like, and teams are treating them as such.
And fans are treating him as such.
Which is true, too. So that's what's happening in the league right now. But here's another piece that nobody realizes about the league right now. Teams today versus 10 years ago, all teams have more talent on it. Like, the talent pool of the NFL is getting greater and greater. Nobody thinks about that. There used to be a day you have that one top-notch receiver. Man, you're like, there used to be where teams only had one big-time weapon. Now teams got 3, 4, 5 big-time offensive weapons. Teams got 3 top nice receivers with a great running game. And like, the league is getting better and better, but nobody's noticing how much you can load up on a team. You used to can only have 2 stars on your team. Now you got teams with 6 and 7 on between both sides of the football. The competition level in the NFL is getting better, ladies and gentlemen. And you want even more proof? They're phasing older players out sooner, too. A lot of these older players are getting phased out a lot sooner. They used to have to rely on a washed-up older guy. Now only the older guys that's playing great football belong, like can stick around. The league is getting better. And what that's doing, it's requiring you to require less and less and less of the quarterback. And this is why people aren't realizing the differences. You got scrubs out here putting up better numbers than the greats.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's why it's like the whole LeBron Jordan thing all over again. The circumstance that you play in makes it look easy, it makes it easier. But we're comparing like it's old and all. They're just better now. No, you can't tell me Brock Purdy is better than
into a boomer
Peyton Manning. I just threw that at you as a jab, Richie.
It didn't land though.
Yeah, I was about to say I did notice so LeBron and MJ jab right in there, which is
he completely missed. You see that duck?
I didn't miss it.
The jab went right
yeah,
back. Henny with the $2. Agreed, TD, but that's the best way to build a team. Miami, they're doing great.
It's not the best way to build a team because when it's all said and done, it's still the same result.
It's a joke, man. He's saying that to take a knot at the Dolphins because they're building the team the way you're saying no team should. That's the point. That's the point. In other news, in Richie's Impromptu.
Uh-oh.
I love a good Richie's Impromptu topic.
Josh Allen does not get the ball in overtime. The NFL changes the playoff overtime rules so both teams can possess the ball. Josh Allen gets ruled short on 4th down. Now the NFL changes method for measured first downs. I think we know who the NFL golden boy is, and it's Josh Allen.
Dude, like, let me tell you what. Listen, I feel like we
See
need
how
to
they gave him the MVP?
I feel like we need to incorporate.
They gave him a sympathy MVP award as well. And now he's the MVP of the league.
Look, listen. Say what you want about the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen, but who has impacted the game of football more than Josh Allen? All right? Who has impacted the actual game more than Josh Allen? You know what I mean? Like, we could probably give this title over to Tom Brady prior to the Josh Allen years, right? Like, we got the Tuck rule from Brady. I feel like we got a couple of other rule changes because of Tom Brady as well. It's just the league recognizing greatness, ladies and gentlemen. And that's a great topic. And that's not even an impromptu because the league actually did switch over to measuring with the camera. And regardless to what anybody says, he had that first down clearly, and that camera would have pointed it out. And Buffalo would have won their first Lombardi trophy if for not the incompetence of the referees. Just do us a favor and put Josh Allen in the NFL logo, folks, because no one is more impactful to the changing of the game, man. I feel like there was one other rule. It's not just those two. It's one other rule that was
TD, what's your thoughts of this?
You know, I don't know. You know what? Josh Allen might be LeBron James. He might be LeBron James of football.
Oh, no, never mind. We'll see it.
You know, they want to change the game up so much to make him the greatest, to try to make him the greatest.
That's the most disrespectful thing you've ever said about LeBron James. Comparing him to Josh Allen.
It's that simple, man. Like,
What's your obsession with LeBron, bro? You can't go even an NFL fourth and forever show without bringing this man's name up.
The comparison fits, man. Josh Allen, like he's great, but the way that they pander to him and try so obvious to like uplift him.
You know who Josh Allen is in the NBA?
Bad.
You know who Josh? I just clicked who Josh Allen is in the NBA.
It's James Harden.
Could be James Harden, but another player who's retired who actually just got announced that he's going to be in the first ballot Hall of Fame inductee, Carmelo Anthony.
Oh no!
Another ringless soul.
Another.
What a dog though! First ballot Hall of Famer.
Hey, you know what, man? Listen, our time is coming. Our time is coming. And now I'm convinced because you know that I'm like really big in storylines. This is the final season of the Buffalo Bills in their homegrown stadium, baby. So what not a more beautiful opportunity for us.
I saw the update on the stadium, Dan. It looks pretty fresh.
It does. I am looking forward to it. The second Buffalo Bills Roundtable Sports event is going to hit.
The first ever event is going to be like this a farewell.
Year. Basically. Yeah, most definitely. We are sitting here and we're waiting on the schedule release. And trust me, folks, we will be hard at work to make sure that Roundtable Sports comes to Buffalo this year.
I knew Tony knew ball, baby. Tony in the super chat. What does it say? TD, you want to read that?
LeBron is a sacrificial lamb.
Oh, he said LeBron is the GOAT. That is what he's suggesting. But guys, listen, it's very clear that we're going to have to switch the title of this episode once it is done live. Richie, I think a good title for this episode would be Future Quarterback Contract Extensions. It's Lamar Jackson, ? Patrick Mahomes, multiple question marks. That's what I think we're going to have to do, because we did really not touch on any of the draft topics today, such as the Raiders going with Ashton Genty.
What did you say it was?
It would say future quarterback extensions coming soon. Lamar Jackson, ? Patrick Mahomes, and a question mark and an exclamation mark repeated several times. Oh, man, listen, I'm good at titles, baby. I'm good at titles. But anyway, guys, listen, we are going to be unpacking quite a few things that are coming out of the NFL draft storyline, such as the Raiders, how the son of the owner really wants them to draft Ashton Genty, where Quinn Ewers is going on several other visits, and many other top 30 visit updates. TD, what would you like to say to the audience? Oh, and by the way, right before we get into outros, congratulations to JT for winning.
Well, we don't know if he's gonna win. We got to spin the wheel first.
Yeah, we do. JT gifted a membership earlier, and he was the only entry for the coffee cup. JT, congratulations. You are getting a 4th and forever coffee cup, man. Welcome.
All right, let's spin it. So JT, the only one who entered a chance to win.
All right, bro. Let's see.
That's great, man. JT, let's see if you win, brother. You know what? I'm going to add another person in here, and it's going to be JT.
it's going to be JT. Let's do it. Let's do it, man. Who won? All right. Ooh. Come on.
Red JT or green JT?
Oh, man. JT. Congratulations. He gifted another membership, so it was real. He said, thank you so much. All right.
We gifted another one, man. That basically covers the mug. And you know what? You know what's funny about JT? He won my Justin Fields jersey giveaway. So this man's just out here living the dream.
He's collecting.
He got a free Justin Fields jersey from me.
Love that.
And now he's getting a free 4th and forever mug. I already have his address, so I don't need to ask you for it, JT. So I will send this over to you ASAP.
Indeed. But Richie, what would you like to say to the audience before we send them off?
And he gifted another one to Sarah. So congratulations to Sarah. Mike
congratulations.
With the $2 super chat, MJ easy, he says. So we got some MJ versus LeBron debate now already happened in the chat. I love it. Absolutely love it. So we're going to sign off, folks. We appreciate you guys on 4th and Forever. We will be live on the AFC East Roundtable tonight. So make sure you guys come over tonight. We're going to be talking some draft targets across the AFC East. So really exciting to get into the AFC East Roundtable tonight. Always a pleasure. Maybe there will be a giveaway for tonight's show as well. So we will see you guys over there on the AFC East Roundtable tonight, 7 p.m. EST.
It's what you got, TD.
Man, beautiful episode. If you like final words, I'm like, it's 3:00 already. Wow, man, that show went by fast. But yes, see you guys tonight. Make sure you tune into the AFC East Roundtable draft targets. It's gonna be a good one, really fun one. Thank y'all for tuning in. We will see you all tomorrow on 4th and Forever. I'm just saying in general, we'll see y'all tomorrow for those who can't make it tonight, right here on 4th and Forever. Love y'all.
Folks, thank you so much. We appreciate all the support that you continuously give us. We will see you later this evening for the AFC East Roundtable, and we will see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Deuces.